Santa Claus is one of the most recognizable figures in the world. A man in red, flying through the night sky, delivering gifts to children on Christmas Eve. But Santa Claus did not begin as a myth. He began as a real person. More than 1,600 years ago, in the ancient city of Myra, located in modern-day Turkey, lived a Christian bishop known as Saint Nicholas. Saint Nicholas was not famous for miracles or political power, but for generosity. Historical records and early stories describe him as a man who quietly helped the poor, protected children, and supported sailors. One of the most famous legends tells how he secretly gave gold to struggling families by leaving coins at night so no one would know who helped them. Over time, these acts of kindness spread across Europe. After his death, Saint Nicholas became one of the most beloved saints in the Christian world. Different cultures began to reshape his story. In the Netherlands, he became Sinterklaas, a tall, dignified figure who arrived by ship and delivered gifts to children in early December. When Dutch settlers traveled to North America, they brought this tradition with them. There, the name Sinterklaas slowly transformed into Santa Claus. During the 18th and 19th centuries, writers and artists reimagined him. Poems like A Visit from St. Nicholas described Santa as cheerful, magical, and capable of traveling through the sky in a sleigh pulled by reindeer. Illustrations gradually gave him a friendly face, a white beard, and a warm smile. By the early 20th century, Santa Claus took on the familiar red suit and joyful personality recognized around the world today. This image evolved through popular culture, art, and advertising, not from a single source, but from many influences over time. What makes Santa Claus unique is that he stands between history and myth. He is rooted in a real man who chose generosity over recognition. Yet, over centuries, he became a global symbol of kindness, giving, and hope. Today, Santa Claus is celebrated across cultures, religions, and continents. Behind the stories, the decorations, and the magic, there remains one simple truth. Santa Claus exists because one man believed kindness should be given freely. And that legacy has lasted for centuries.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la.
Ho, Merry Christmas!
What if Santa Claus never existed? No red suit, no flying reindeer, no figure watching over Christmas Eve from the shadows. What would people celebrate instead? To understand that, we need to look at what Santa Claus replaced. Before Santa, winter celebrations were very different. In ancient Europe, many cultures celebrated the winter solstice, the longest night of the year. These festivals were not about gifts, but survival. People gathered around fires, shared food, and honored the return of light after darkness. The focus was on nature, community, and endurance. If Santa Claus never existed, these traditions might have remained central. Winter celebrations would likely focus more on family gatherings, shared meals, and seasonal rituals, not gift-giving. In many Christian cultures, Christmas might have stayed strictly religious. The birth of Jesus would remain the only focus, without a magical figure attached to the holiday. Churches, not living rooms, would be the center of celebration. Without Santa, children would not wait for gifts from a mysterious visitor. Instead, gifts, if given at all, might come directly from parents, elders, or community leaders, often tied to religious meaning rather than reward. Some traditions might disappear entirely. No Christmas lists, no letters to
This
Santa,
curry is
no
incredible. You have to
expectation
try
of
some.
receiving
It
presents
really
simply
is
for
perfect
being
for a cold
good.
night like this.
In other regions, different figures might rise instead. In parts of Europe, characters like Saint Nicholas, Krampus, or other folklore spirits could dominate winter
And that
traditions,
is when the snow
sometimes
witch appeared,
as moral
her
judges
eyes glowing
rather
red
than
in the
joyful
blizzard.
bringers of gifts.
They say she
Winter
sits
might feel more
Silent
serious,
night,
more
holy
symbolic,
night,
less
all is
commercial.
calm, all is
Modern
bright.
culture would look very different.
Look, the star goes
Without
right
Santa
here.
Claus, Christmas might never become a global
that looks
cultural
wonderful,
event.
doesn't it?
Decorations, movies,
feels just
music,
like
and
those summer nights,
advertising
doesn't it?
tied
Oh,
to
I
Santa would
remember
not
those.
exist.
We were so
Winter
young.
holidays might
Indeed we
remain
were.
local, cultural, or religious, not universal. Shopping seasons would shrink. Childhood myths would change.
Snow
The idea
falling
of
on
anonymous
empty
generosity
streets,
might look different.
untouched
Yet something
by
important would still remain.
celebration.
People would still gather. They would still mark the turning of the year. They would still look for light during the darkest season. Because even without Santa Claus, humans have always needed stories, especially in winter. Santa did not create the need for celebration. He simply became its most famous symbol. And without him, the world would still celebrate, just in quieter, older, and very different ways.